Good morning, and welcome to the UGA Griffin Spring Graduation Ceremony 2018. At this time, we ask you to take a moment to silence your cell phones, and please rise for the graduation ceremony.
Please join me as we bow our heads in prayer. God, we are here today to celebrate a victory and a rite of passage. We thank you for the knowledge and experience imparted to us through our time here and for the vast opportunities now before us. While the road to reaching this point has felt long, we know as you stare at the pages of our life that we have only finished a single chapter and another is about to begin. For the class of 2018 and all gathered here, we ask for your presence to always go with us, and when we cannot see the road ahead, we ask that you illuminate our path. From this point onward, we pray that you would empower our legacy to be one of love and service for others. Amidst the chaos we face in the world today, we ask that you make us agents of peace and lasting change. We pray that you would use our gifts and abilities to make an impact on this world that remains long after our departure. All these things we ask in your name. Amen.
Good morning. Would you please remain standing for the presentation and the pledge?
Good morning. I'm pretty sure we can do better than that. Good morning. Good morning. One of the reasons it's a great morning is because of why we're here, but the second one is, for those of y'all that were here last year at this time, it didn't sprinkle. It rained for about 6 hours, but we still went out and took pictures at UGA and did the brick ceremony. So the graduates today had a lot better weather for that. But I'm Lou Honeycutt, and I have the privilege of being the leader of the Griffin campus team. On behalf of the University of Georgia, I want to welcome, number one, everyone here, but certainly family and friends, graduates, our special local and regional guests. I want to especially point out our event sponsor for the day, which is Georgia Banking Company. We're eternally grateful to them. And also to the Alumni Association, because you haven't gotten it yet, but each graduate will get a gift from them at the reception here in a little while. Today marks the 23rd graduation here on the Griffin campus. And the graduates today will join over 400 others in completing their degrees here in Griffin at the Griffin campus. And we are extremely proud of that. While each student gets the support of everyone on this campus and everyone on the Athens campus, there is a unique subset of the team here that really is the reason why you guys are completing this today. Excuse me, and that is our faculty. If you are an instruction or research or extension faculty member on the Griffin campus, would you please stand up to be recognized? Come on, y'all can stand up. And Athens campus too, any faculty, stand up. I get the privilege today too of introducing our keynote speaker, and it's a pretty special one, or he is a pretty special one, as they all are. But Dr. Kurt Keeley is the director of our Food Pick. And for those of y'all who don't know what Food Pick is, it's one of our newer buildings and programs, and it is the Food Product Innovation and Commercialization Center. Food Pick, or the purpose of it, is to help entrepreneurs and existing food companies to develop new food and beverage products by providing technical insights, state-of-the-art equipment, and state-of-the-art testing facilities for those products. Kirk has had an illustrative history and a great history before he came here. He came here, though, on April 1st of 2015. I'm not really sure if April Fool's Day is the best day to start, but unbeknownst to me, till I talked to Kirk about it, many, many years before, the former director of Food Pick also started on April 1st, so that's a unique coincidence. But before this, he worked for a little company that in Georgia we don't always say very loud, but it was called PepsiCo in Valhalla, New York, as research and development director in scientific affairs, raw materials. He was responsible for the development and implementation of food safety policies and international programs for assuring the quality of critical agricultural raw materials used to manufacture PepsiCo's blockbuster items. During his 14 years at PepsiCo, he also developed new products and packages for several of the global brands. A few of these you might have heard of before: Pepsi, Tropicana, Mountain Dew, and one I hadn't heard of till I met Kirk, Naked Juice. So go figure. Prior to PepsiCo, Kirk worked for Mars Inc. for 13 years in the area of new product development and raw material development. There he developed a few small products that you might have also heard about, one called Kudos Granola Bars, and the other, as anybody who knows me knows, Dove Dark Chocolate. At his first food science job at General Mills, Dr. Keeley worked on another product of modest fame, Yoplait yogurt. So I think you can all agree with me, before Kirk even arrived at the Griffin campus, he had had a little bit of success in his career. So it's why I was very surprised and very relieved when I met him to see that he had come to the Griffin campus. Kirk has a BA in biology and French from the University of Connecticut, an MS and PhD in international food science from Cornell University, where he conducted research on corn, cheddar, and cottage cheese. Dr. Keeley continues to be a dynamic and engaged Griffin campus team member, and he is definitely an asset to this campus and to the university in general. With that, I'll introduce to you Dr. Kurt Keeley.
Go Dogs. Thank you, Dr. Honeycutt, for the introduction. Just to set the record straight, it was my team that developed Dove Dark Chocolate. and not me personally. Somehow that story gets abbreviated, and I really don't want to take all the credit for a team that project that worked out really well for us. Congratulations to the class of 2018. I'm very proud of all of you for getting here. I realize it's been a journey, and I want to encourage you to keep going. Don't stop here. We're looking forward to great things from you. I did come to Griffin about 3 years ago on April 1st. No fooling. And it did match up with Dr. Dick Phillips, who had been here 40 years before I got here. It was coincidental at best, but for me, my memory of that first month when I was here in Griffin was going to the May graduation. And it was just like today. Everything's in red and black, little UGAs on the stage, the arch in the corner, the student ambassadors dressed in their black and red outfits. I knew at that point in time that I was no longer in Kansas. UGA is all about red and black, go dogs, and a culture. And now you are all part of that culture and will be for the rest of your life. As you get ready to go on with your journey, I thought what I would do is share with you some of my own thoughts, some of my experiences, and hopefully help you along the way. When I finished college, I had no idea what I wanted to do. I had lots of interests. So I took a couple of my interests and put them together. I liked food. I liked science. I liked international development. I found a campus in Cornell University that had a great food science program, and they had a campus in Geneva. Now, this was before the internet, and I didn't realize until the fall when I got to Ithaca that the Geneva campus was Geneva, New York. I don't want to say that's been the story of my career, but there are a lot of things that I've learned, and one is do your research. Do it well. Based on your preparation here at UGA, I think you're ready to go on. I think you've done a lot of things to get to where you are today. And what I want to encourage you is to be intellectually curious and to continually learn as you go through your career. Don't stop here. Don't think it's done and let the world come to you. Be proactive. Be a leader. Lead yourself. Decide where you want to go and then go for it. When I was growing up, one of my favorite heroes was Davy Crockett. Now, I don't know if this is really his motto because this wasn't confirmed on the internet, but he said, be sure you're right and then go ahead. So he felt very strongly about being at the Alamo. And we all know how that ended. You never know where you're going to go. You're never sure where your path is going to take you, but embrace it. Be proactive. One of the management schemes that I learned early on when I went to work at General Mills was The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, written by Stephen Covey. And his very first principle, the 7 habits, the very first habit was be proactive. And the second one was keep the end in mind. And that kind of translates to me as plan your work, work your plan. It's that simple, but it's oh so complex. It's really hard to figure out what is the plan you want to have, and then how are you going to keep to that plan as things go forward. You're going to have to be flexible, you're going to have to be resilient, but keep an eye on the prize, keep an eye on where you want to go, and you'll do fine. Don't worry about it. One of the other things I wanted to share with you was one of the reasons why I left General Mills. I found out that I take some risk. I like to develop innovative products. And I realized after working 2 years on this refrigerated product that General Mills was not interested in taking any risk. So for me, I learned then that I should match up my risk profile with the company that I work for. I needed to find a progressive company that was willing to take some chances on me and my ideas in order for me to be happy and successful in my career. So I went to a family company. I left a publicly held company where the focus was on quarterly dividends and making shareholders happy to a family business, the Mars family. Mars had a much more strategic view. They were looking for long-term success. And they guided their principals, their business, on 5 principles. And these, even though Mars is a privately held company, a family business, these 5 principles you can find online. And they helped me work at Mars, and they helped me define my own sort of plan, my principles that I would use. The first principle of Mars is quality. How did they maintain quality around the world? Well, the Mars family would travel all the time, and they would test products in every market and to make sure that they were great. So what does that do to you as a consumer, as a Mars associate? Well, when you know the Mars family is coming to your town, you go out ahead of them and make sure the product quality is top notch. Because if it's not, you're going to hear about it. But this is how they maintain their quality from day in and day out. Another principle at Mars that I like to talk about is freedom. In their mind, freedom to operate is key. Do not worry about profits. Profits come next. Profits, if you maintain your freedom, you will be profitable. And that's a very interesting concept. Most companies put profit first, sometimes at the expense of growth, or in my case, taking risk. So make sure as you go through life, as you go through your career, look for those opportunities to match up your own personal level of risk with the company that you've decided to work for. The other thing I learned at Mars was the importance of FaceTime. At Mars, you were encouraged, you were almost pushed out the door to travel to meetings, meet with people face to face. It doesn't matter if the meeting's in Bangkok, get there. Get there in time to have a good meeting, understand what you need to do, and then move on. Well, that's all great advice. My other advice would be 2 things. When you get to Bangkok, add an extra day. Give yourself a chance to learn about the world. See what you can learn from other cultures and other places. The second thing I would recommend, give yourself time to recuperate. International travel is tough. It takes a lot of wear and tear on the body. Give yourself time to go, to relax, and come back and relax. It's the best advice I can give you. Business travel is not glamorous. Even though you're traveling in business class and staying at high-end hotels, it's very fatiguing. It's also a great opportunity to learn about your company, to learn about your culture, to learn about the unwritten rule book. That's what you do when you travel. You talk to other colleagues around the world, and you understand better of how the overall business works. I encourage you to take those opportunities. So I left Mars and went to this small firm in Valhalla, New York, the Blue Company. I knew that it was a very competitive environment when I got there. My first day on the job, I walked into an office and there was a red and black floor mat, and it said, "Wipe your feet here." And it had red cans embossed in the carpet. Now, have you all read Harry Potter? You know I can't talk about the one who is never to be talked about. But it was obvious that this was a very competitive environment. The other one was a cartoon, the Far Side comic, where there's a PepsiCo HR, human resources official, talking to an applicant, and they're telling the applicant, "I'm sorry, you failed the drug test. You cannot work here at PepsiCo. You test positive for Coke." Anyway, I believe you are ready to move forward. I believe that you are part of a culture here that you can't deny. You've been here, you've learned the ropes, you've watched a fantastic football team be very successful. You've got all the tools in your baggage to go forward on your journey. You may not have a passport, but a UGA diploma is almost like a stamp in a passport. You're ready to go. It's recognized around the world. You have what you need to be successful. You have those tools. Take some of my pearls of wisdom and make them your own. Decide how you want to move forward. Plan your work your plan, and know that you're never alone. Going forward, if you're ever stuck, remember the movie Mary Poppins? If you're ever stuck, you use the word supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. It's an old movie. You don't need to remember that. But what you do need to remember going forward is that no matter where you are, you've got 2 words that'll instantly connect you to anyone else from this university, and it's what I use every time I close a speech or start a speech. Go Dogs. Thank you.
Keely, thank you. And going with the culture that we've been talking about here, we like to give an individualized gift to every speaker that speaks for our keynote speaker. These are built by our own Dick Morrow. This happens to be number 916 that he's built. And it is obviously a little dog oriented. So we would like to have you have this on our behalf. Thank you very much.
Good morning. What a privilege it is to introduce the Spring 2018 Graduation Celebration Student Speaker. Ashley Dobbs is a student in the Student Affairs Leadership Program, and what a student she has been. Tomorrow, Ashley will receive her 3rd degree from the University of Georgia, making her one of the few students to graduate from the Griffin campus as a triple dog. That's Go Dogs, absolutely. Ashley has been an amazing asset to the student life while here on the Griffin campus. Everywhere she goes, she brings passion, conscientiousness, and brilliance into that space. I remember initially meeting Ashley. It was during a summer intensive in Athens. I distinctly remember thinking, this woman is going to change the world. I believed it then, and I believe it now. By becoming a triple dog, I think she is well on her way. UGA, family, and friends, I present to you Ms. Ashley Dobbs.
Good morning. Thank you, Crystal, for that awesome introduction. Before I begin, I would like to first do a land acknowledgement. I would like to first acknowledge the land that we are on and those who have inhabited this place before us and those who will inhabit it after us. Second, I would like to acknowledge some special people who have helped me get to this moment. First, my awesome and amazing chair, Dr. Marilee Dunn, for her support in everything and all things. To some special classmates who've become family, Arthur, Patrice, Marissa, Maggie, Demetrius, Judith, David, Jonathan, India, Justin, and to my family, my dad and stepmom, my siblings, and my 92-year-old grandmother who are here and present today. And finally, and most importantly, my mother, who had a stem cell transplant on April 5th and could not be present with me, but her spirit and her love are here with me today, this morning. So, I would like to begin. This is not. Good morning. My name is Dr. Ashley Dobbs. Yes, yes. And I stand before you today honored and excited to serve as your 2018 student graduation speaker. The responsibility of the student speaker is to hopefully share some incredible life story, provide fantastic advice, or impart positivity and hope to their peers and those who have come to share in celebrating this moment. As such, I hope to rise to the occasion, or at least keep your interest for a few minutes. So everyone hold your breath. I am not a Star Wars fan, nor have I seen any of the movies. I know, you may be thinking, what rock has she been under? I will admit that every once in a while, when another sequence of the movie was released, I had some curiosity about them. And in my head, I asked questions like, how are they still carrying a plot for this long? Have they not reached their goal? What is the hype all about? So I did what anyone who's looking for an answer would do. I did some research. And for this, I know my professors would be proud. I reached out to my good friends, Google, YouTube, StarWars.com, and a couple of friends, including some classmates, who love all things Jedi and Skywalker. I made sure to identify the proper citations and references and learned about this incredible movie series, which for decades has captivated and captured the hearts and minds of many. Although I learned about some 13 and a half hours of plot twists, shocking moments, galactic wars, and amazing cinematography in only a few minutes, one thing that stood out among all of my research was the important thing called the Force. I know that many of my Star Wars followers in the crowd have a better understanding about the Force than I. However, I was immediately drawn to learn more, which I did. And in my spirit, speaking to you this morning about the Force simply felt right. My research led me to understand that the Force existed without any help. All parties, sides, communities, and cultures in the Star Wars series have some connection to it. The Force may be used for good, or it may be used for evil. Either way, the Force played an important role in the successes of the characters and the successes of the movies. Fun fact, although our lives may not be displayed on a big screen, or have a large following, or have earned millions of dollars, that would be nice, your life story and the way that you use the Force has an impact. I do believe that we too have a connection to the Force. Although we cannot see it, it is there. The Force exists. The universe was on my side as I prepared for this morning because on StarWars.com, I discovered an article on the best quotes about the Force. I found them to be profoundly connected to the achievements of today and our lives as we move forward. So I will share a few. Number one, and pardon me if I mess up a name. Remember, I haven't watched any of the movies. It's okay. Number one, it's an energy field created by all living things. It surrounds us and penetrates us. It binds the galaxy together. Obi-Wan Kenobi, I got that one right. The Force connects each of us. Whether you believe it or not, you will always be connected to others, and others to you. We were not designed to exist alone, and your gifts and talents were meant to be shared. Build bridges and help others cross them. Number two, now I know there is something stronger than fear, far stronger, the Force. Canonjurus. As you move through life, there will be some challenges, some hiccups, and some mountains to climb. However, don't allow fear to stop or halt you from achieving your dreams or your goals. Impossible is nothing. Number three, I am a Jedi. I'm the one with the Force, and the Force will guide me. Gnodi. Your destiny is ready for you. It's already set up for you. Your commitment to earning your degree, whether you're first or you're last, is only the beginning. Use it, but more importantly, use you. Number four, don't underestimate the Force. Darth Vader said this. I think this is self-explanatory. You must believe that you have what it takes, that you can and you will, that you should and you must. Don't underestimate the Force, and most importantly, don't underestimate yourself. As I take my seat, I will leave you with an important charge about using the Force. Please use the Force for change and creativity, for innovation and ingenuity, for advocacy and action, for inclusion and equity, for community and impact, for service and charity, for justice in whatever form you are called, for dreams and potential, for joy and love, for leaving this world better than you found it, for responsibility to self and others, and most importantly, use the Force, or rather be the Force, for good. May the Force and the Fourth, because it's tomorrow, be with you. Thank you, congratulations, and forever and always, go Dogs.
Thank you, Ashley. So I guess today we have to say go Dogs and may the Force be with you. Thank you for reminding us to use the Force that lies within us. We are honored to have you a part of our UGA family. Please give Dr. Hobbs another round of applause. Here we are, the moment we are gathered for here today. Students, you have worked extremely hard to be considered candidates for graduation. It is an honor to acknowledge your efforts here today. Families, we know that you are just as excited for your students as we are because you have been a vital part of their success. Today, our students will be receiving a brick certificate signed by the dean of their college. This certificate represents the tangible mark you will leave on this campus. So, class of 2018, are you ready? Well, may the force be with you. Drs. Mumper and Dr. Honeycutt, will you please join me on the stage? Franklin College of Arts and Sciences College representatives, Associate Dean Jean Martin Williams and Ms. Faye Chapman, Program Director of Franklin, will you also please join me on the platform? To all of Franklin College and faculty, will you please make your way to the arch and stand to receive our students and wait for the Franklin College picture as our last student's name is called. From the Franklin College of Arts and Sciences, receiving a Bachelor of Arts in Interdisciplinary Studies with a psychology concentration, Markson Frazier. Let's give Markson a hand. Receiving a Bachelor of Arts in Disciplinary Studies with a psychology concentration, Jonathan Fry. Receiving a Bachelor of Arts in Interdisciplinary Studies with a psychology concentration and cum laude, Mary Ashley Patterson. Dean Martin Williams and Ms. Chapman, will you please join the FACS faculty and students at the arch for your college picture? Can we give all of these students another round of applause? That is an amazing looking group. Let's give them another hand. Dean Pardue and Ms. Kathleen Freeman, Program Coordinator of the College of Agricultural and Environmental Sciences, will you please take the stage? Also at this time, Case faculty, will you please make your way to the arch and prepare for the Case College picture? Receiving a Bachelor of Science in Agriculture in Agribusiness, William Jed Baker. Receiving a Bachelor of Science in Environmental Sciences and majoring in Environmental Resource Science, William Yancey Barton. Receiving a Bachelor of Science in Environmental Sciences, majoring in Environmental Resource Science, Ms. Caitlin Textador. Bronwyn could not be with us today, Bronwyn Dean, but could we please honor her with a round of applause, receiving a Master of Science in Food Science. Her major professor is Dr. Francisco Diaz Gonzalez. Catherine Wakely, receiving a Master of Science in Food Science, and her major professor is Dr. Yanez Ortega. Dr. Ortega, if you could please stand. Or wave, there she is. Wave. Yeah, she's already at the arch. Thank you. Is Dr. Diaz in the audience? Dr. Diaz, okay. Awesome. And I have to say, traveled all the way from China just to be here today. Ms. Yue Shui, receiving a Doctor of Philosophy in Food Science, major professor, Dr. Jinru Chen. Literally, she got married, I think yesterday, or the day before yesterday. Yes, it came. Can we give her another round of applause? I think that's deserving of that. All of our students are amazing. And last but definitely not least, Dr. Joycelyn Kwanshaw, receiving a Doctor of Philosophy in Food Science. And again, her major professor is Dr. Jinru Chen. Dean Pardue and Ms. Freeman, will you please join the CASE faculty and students at the arch for your college picture? And I think that's another amazing group of people. Can we give them a round of applause? This is awesome. Associate Dean Evans and Dr. Tina Anderson, Program Coordinator for our special education programs, please take the stage. And the faculty, all of the faculty for the College of Education, will you please make your way to the arch? Ms. Lanessa Dial, receiving a Bachelor of Science in Education and Special Education. Amber Phillips, receiving a Bachelor of Science in Education and Special Education. Thank you, Dr. Anderson. Will you please join the faculty at the arch? Dr. Diane Cooper, will you please take the stage? Representing Student Affairs Leadership. At this time, we would like to honor Megan Chilsom. She wasn't able to be here today, but can we honor her with a round of applause, receiving a Master's in Education and Math Education. Also from the College of Education, Ms. Marissa Atencio, receiving a Doctor of Education in Student Affairs Leadership. Her major professor is Dr. Georgina Martin. Thank you, Dr. Martin, for being here today. Justin Barlow, receiving a Doctor of Education in Student Affairs Leadership. His major professor is Dr. Diane Cooper. India Blackburn, receiving a Doctor of Education in Student Affairs Leadership. Her major professor is Dr. Diane Cooper. Willeen Patrice Brown, receiving a Doctor of Education in Student Affairs Leadership. Her major professor is Dr. Darius Means. Thank you for being with us today, Dr. Means. Next is May the Force be with you. Ashley Dobbs, receiving a Doctor of Education in Student Affairs Leadership. Her major professor is Dr. Miralee Dunn. Thank you, Dr. Dunn, for being with us today. I cannot tell you how long I have waited. At the brick ceremony, you guys have to come, because then I'll be able to say doctor, doctor. So Arthur Doctor, receiving a Doctor in Education in Student Affairs Leadership today. His major professor is Dr. Miralee Dunn. Can we give him a round of applause? Is that not going to be so cool? Like, what is your name? Doctor, doctor. It's going to be amazing. And next, Jonathan Duke. He will be receiving a Doctor of Education in Student Affairs Leadership. His major professor is Dr. Chris Linder. I tell you, I can personally say this. We have, all of our students are dynamic people, amazing. It's an honor to serve you. All right, next we have David Jenkins, receiving a Doctor of Education in Student Affairs Leadership. His major professor is Dr. Diane Cooper. Judith Panel, receiving a Doctor of Education in Student Affairs Leadership. Her major professor is Dr. Chris Linder. We have a lot of doctors in the house today. This is awesome. Demetrius Smith, receiving a Doctor of Education in Student Affairs Leadership. His major professor is Dr. Chris Linder. And last but definitely not least, Margaret Maggie Tennant, receiving a Doctor of Education in Student Affairs Leadership, and her major professor is Dr. Laura Dean. Thank you so much, Dr. Dean, for being here today. Associate Dean Evans and Dr. Cooper, will you please join the College of Education at the Arch for your college picture? And I think we're going to make it work. Awesome. Can all of the College of Education please come to the stage? Can we give them a round of applause? That is an amazing group of people. On the stage. Would you like some people on this stage, Mr. Blackshear? If some people could come on this stage. See, this is what we do at Griffin. We make it happen, right? At UGA, we make it happen. And I don't want to be in the picture. Will Dr. Laura Clark and Ms. Rachel Allen approach the stage for the Terry College of Business? And will all faculty please report to the arch for your Terry College picture? For the Terry College of Business, Eli Ingram, receiving a Bachelor of Business Administration in General Business. Let's give him a hand. Next, Austin Jones, receiving a Bachelor of Business and Administration in General Business. Excuse me. I would like to say that right. That's what I'm talking about. The force, yes. And we would like to honor Blake Tate. He wasn't able to be here today, but Blake is receiving a Bachelor of Business Administration in General Business. Can we give Blake a hand? Thank you, Dr. Clark and Ms. Allen. Will you please join Terry at the arch for your college picture? Can we give Terry students another round of applause? Now, can we give all of our graduates a round of applause? Now we will have the presentation of the University of Georgia alma mater, led by our Miss Elizabeth Laney and our Griffin Ensemble. Piano played by Miss Faye Todd, after which you will hear from a member of the UGA Alumni Association Board of Directors, Dr. Corey Dortch, and then from our fearless team leader, Dr. Lou Honeycutt, will provide closing remarks.
Georgia's northlands beams thy noble brow, and the sons of Georgia rising pledge with sacred vow. Alma mater thee will honor, true and loyal be, ever crowned with grace and
You may be seated. Good morning. It's appropriate on these stages to say go dogs. So I will say a loud and proud, go dogs. Especially to our newest members of the Alumni Association. Before I get into my formal remarks, I will co-sign on our speaker that a degree from the University of Georgia is your passport to anywhere you want to go in life. A quick story from me. I had the opportunity to visit Shanghai, China. And upon arrival, I was greeted with the Go Dogs from a fellow alum, but he took me to what had to have been the only Southern food restaurant in Shanghai that was fully loaded with shrimp and grits and fried chicken and all these good things we enjoy in the Southland, and he didn't let us pay a dime for it, and he greeted us with a Go Dogs. So I'm excited to be here with you today, and also to my esteemed colleague here, the fellow triple bulldog, right? Give it up for that. Congratulations, I'm so proud of you. There are not that many of us around, and may the force be with you from now and for forevermore. On behalf of the University of Georgia Alumni Association, congratulations upon reaching this important milestone. Welcome to the UGA alumni family. My name is Corey Dortch, and I am a triple dog with degrees from the College of Agricultural and Environmental Sciences, as well as the College of Education. Being here in Griffin is a special honor and a treat for me. Thank you all for this opportunity. Today, you join over 310 living UGA graduates who share your love for UGA. Your alma mater will always be part of who you are, and the UGA Alumni Association encourages you to always maintain a connection to it and to your fellow graduates. All graduates are automatically members of the UGA Alumni Association. The UGA Alumni Association asks all of our graduates to make 3 commitments: connect, hire, and give. Go online and update your information and connect to a local chapter wherever life takes you. There are more than 80 chapters across the globe, including 3 nearby. As you progress in your careers, always keep students like yourselves in mind for internships, but most importantly, for full-time positions. And give back to the areas of campus that have made a difference to you so that future Bulldogs can have these opportunities and more. Personally, I give back to Let the Big Dog Eat, which gives food opportunities for students who are low income. I give back to my fraternity. I give back to my colleges. So make sure you give back in a meaningful way. To welcome you as alumni, each of you will be given a coin that bears the University of Georgia shielded arch as your class year. Each student participating in graduation ceremonies in Griffin and Athens will receive this gift. You are truly one UGA family, and this is your first taste as graduates. Carry this coin with you as you embark on your careers as a bit of a good luck, a memento of your hard work, and a reminder that all things are possible if you believe. Congratulations again, and welcome to the UGA Alumni Association. We are so proud of you.
Thank you, Corey. Well said. Well, what a morning so far. It's not over yet, but what a morning so far. I think just because it's the right thing to do, let's do another big round of applause for everyone in the room. Just to close out this portion of the ceremonies for today, I want to thank everyone in attendance, family, friends, Athens team members, Griffin team members, certainly the graduates. We're certainly glad that y'all are here, and that it's what an incredible group. We always have an incredible group. I get to open and close these ceremonies, and I never take that lightly. These are bittersweet days for Crystal and all of us here, because for students, graduation means hot dang, we get to run off and do something else. For us, it means y'all are leaving, and we've got to break in a whole other set. So, but we will do that proudly. But we certainly are glad y'all are joining the ranks of alumni for us. We ask that in a moment you stand for the recessional, and then we hope everyone. Remember last year this time it was raining. We hope everyone will join us at the pavilion, an incredibly, probably the most spiritual place on the whole campus, for our brick ceremony, which is unique to the University of Georgia. So we ask everyone to go over there after that. But Crystal and I have a special presentation to make at this time, and we would ask that Beth Horn come to stage. Beth works in the Center for Urban Ag here and has done, how many years have you been here, Beth? 10. She has been here 10 years in many different situations or different positions. Her daughter Maggie is with her. Just to kind of fill y'all in, we had a loss of a very special person about a month ago, and it was Beth's father, James Johnston. And for those of y'all who have been to this ceremony before, you will know that he was our piano player. And he absolutely loved the Griffin campus and became a dear friend of the campuses and certainly mine. So, Beth and Maggie, to honor your father and your family, we would like to present you with a brick with James Johnston's name on it and this graduation semester date that will be laid alongside the graduates from now on, and will honor your family, which has done so much for this campus. So thank you very much, and I got to get a hug before you. Thank you so much. I will turn, how can Crystal follow that? But I will turn it over to Crystal now.
I'll try. Thank you, Dr. Honeycutt, and thank you, Beth, for your family service to the university. Can we please congratulate our graduates again, our students, one more time with a round of applause. We will now have our recessional, after which I will come back before you, but if we could begin our recessional. Thank you. Can we give them another hand as they exit? Congratulations, go Dogs. What an honor. Thank you. Yes, congratulations. May the force be with you, and go Dogs. Family and friends of the university, at this time, we ask everyone to meet the graduates in the Naomi Woodruff Pavilion for our brick ceremony. Please be sure to take all of your personal items, as our amazing team members will now prepare this room for our graduate reception after the brick ceremony. If you would like to purchase a catered meal, please exit the auditorium, entering our continuing education office, and see Julie Peters. But again, parents, families, and friends, please make your way to the pavilion at this time. Thank you so very much.